Hola, hola. Yo me llamo Olga Loya. Yo soy un cuentacuentos. I'm a storyteller. My name is Olga Loya. And today we're going to play with some personal stories, some family stories. And today you're going to hear a personal story. And we're going to learn some juegos, some games. But before we do that, I'm going to teach you a song. And it goes like this. Bienvenidos, welcome a todos, everyone. Vamos a escuchar, we are going to listen. Vamos a contar, we are going to tell. All together, welcome, everyone. We are going to listen. We are going to tell all together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play a game. And I think of this like a chart game. I have these images. There's a school. There's a girl. There's a boy. There's a ball. There's a teacher. And think about a different movement for each one of them. For the school, I'm going to do my arms going up. For the girl, I'm going to have her hitting a bat. And for the boy, he's going to be reading. And for the ball, we're going to be bouncing the ball. And the teacher, she's going to be patting somebody on the head. And the way you do this is that you tell a story. And every time that word is used, you do the motion. So let's start. Once there was a school. And a little girl and a little boy went to that school. They had a very nice teacher. She always patted them on the head. And that girl and that boy loved to play ball. Every day they would go to school. And that girl would run, and get the ball. And the boy, he'd run, he'd get another ball. And the teacher, she'd watch them and laugh. They loved to play so much that they got that boy and that girl talked their parents into buying them a ball. Oh, I forgot to tell you, that girl and that boy were brother and sister. And so every day they played ball at school, and the teacher would stand and smile. And then they would go home, and that girl and that boy would play ball at home too. And you can use these same images, and you can do different images. Sometimes people do space images like a rocket and different things, or you can use it with science. Now I'm going to tell you another story using these same images. Once there was a teacher, and she loved going to school. She loved all the girls and all the boys. And she especially liked to play ball with them. Every recess, when she wasn't out there taking care of them, she would play four square with the children. She played four square. She played ball with the girls and boys. Every day that they went to school, they played four square. And the teacher, she loved to play ball. And the children, the girls and the boys, they loved it that she would come out and play ball with them. And even after they went on another grade in the school. That boy and that girl kept playing ball with that teacher. So we use the same images, but got a whole different story. So you can make this, you can put this like on a chartboard. This is tiny. I had it on a big piece of paper, but I couldn't get into the film, so I made it smaller. So, but you can make it on a big piece of paper, and you can work with a whole bunch of people. One person's telling the story though, and everybody else is doing the motions with them. And then another person can come up and tell a story using these same images and just telling a different story. You can see how many different stories you can tell using the same images. This is a really fun game. So now I want to tell you a story. And this is a true story. And I know it's true because it happened to me. Yo tenía 10 años. I was 10 years old. Viví en el este de Los Ángeles. I lived in East Los Angeles. Y mi mejor amiga era Tina. And my best friend was Tina. And who would not have wanted to be best friends with Tina? Era inteligente. Era chistosa. Era rápida. She moved fast. She thought fast. Everything. But sometimes she could be mean. Like one time we were all standing around together, just talking, visiting, and all of a sudden she said to Teresa Garcia, "Hey Teresa, how come you answered that question like that this morning? 2 times 4 is not 10. 2 times 4 is 8. Pay attention. Pay attention. 10, you get it? Ah! And she started to laugh, and everybody laughed with her because they're afraid not to. I felt so sorry for Teresa because she looked like she was going to cry. She felt bad. So I wanted to change the subject, and I said, "Hey, here comes Rudy." And they all ran towards Rudy. And as she was running by, she turned and she said, "Gracias, thank you." When Tina did things like that, it made me uncomfortable. But I never said anything to her because I didn't want her to get mad at me. Éramos mejores amigas. We were best friends. She lived down the hill, and I lived up on the top of the hill. And every morning we'd meet in the corner of the top of the hill and walk to school together. We were going to a Catholic school, so we had to walk a long distance, so it gave us a lot of time to talk. And we talked a lot about the monjas, the nuns. They wore long black dresses, and they wore these strange black tops, like squares on their head. And we would wonder how they combed their hair. Do you think they wore trenzas, braids? Or do they comb their hair in un moño, a bun? Oh, do you think they shaved their hair up? Ooh, we were so curious. And she talked about who she was talking to and who she wasn't talking to. And if she wasn't talking to them, nobody else did. We'd go to school, do our work, come home, and I would hurry and do my school so I could run down to visit with Tina. I loved going down there because her 2 sisters, her older sisters, all they ever talked about was muchachos, boys. And if they weren't talking about muchachos, they were talking about muchachos. We'd hide in a little corner so they wouldn't see us, so we could listen. But they always caught us, and they'd say, "Brian said, get out of here, you pests." Well, summer came. It was the best summer I'd ever had in my life. There were 4 boys and 5 girls, and we all met at Tina's house at 9 o'clock in the morning. We played from 9 o'clock in the morning until 6 at night. I knew it was time to go home because my daddy would go, "Woo, woo!" He'd whistle, and I'd go home. When we'd get there, we'd sit on the grass. She had this thick grass. You could do great headstands. Tina could stand on her head for the count of 50, and me, I was flaca, skinny, and I could do cartwheels all over the place. I was always fast moving, and Tina was calm and slow moving. Sometimes we'd lay on the grass and look up to the sky and say, "Ooh, look at that one. That one looks like a bird. Oh no, that one looks like a mouse. No, a cat. What the heck is that?" We play ball, kickball, baseball, football, Oh my goodness. And when we played baseball, sometimes the ball would go into the ladies across the street from us. She'd run out and get the ball and take it in there. And then we never saw the ball again. We never knew what she did with all the balls. We played hide and seek, kick the can, canicas, marbles. My friend Hector had a dirt yard and we dug holes. All summer we traded canicas, marbles. But what we liked doing the best was going down that hill on our roller skates. We had 2 pairs of skates between all of us. And there were the old kinds of skates that had a llave. And you could open up the skates and make them bigger and wider. So any size shoe could wear it. It's a good thing because that's all the skates we had. So we'd make it fit. And whoever had the skates got to wear the llave. And we liked that hill because it had a bump on the bottom. We think maybe the tree had pushed the roots up. And so the one who had the skates, one at a time, would go over the bump and go a little higher, over the bump and a little higher, and over the bump and a little higher till they got to the top and then, ooh, it was wonderful. Sometimes somebody came down, whap, and hit the tree. Nobody ever got any cuts, broke anything, but there were some bumps. Tina and I, we were the reinas, the queens of that crash bump. That's what we called it. We'd go down together, not next to each other, but one in front of the other, and we'd go down. And then school started. We were meeting at the top of the hill in the corner every day, and one day she wasn't there. I thought, where could she be? She always calls me if she's not going to be there. Finally, I ran to school. I got there just before the bell rang. Recess. Bell rang. At recess, I ran over to her and I said, Tina, ¿dónde estabas? Where were you? And she looked right by me, through me, as though I wasn't there. I said, Tina, ¿qué está pasando? What's going on? And she looked right past me as though I wasn't there. And I thought, uh-oh. Tina, ¿estás enojada conmigo? Are you mad at me? And for the first time, she looked me in the eyes and she said, sí. Yo no quiero ser tu amiga. I don't want to be your friend anymore. I felt like I'd been kicked in the stomach. I wanted to cry, but I didn't want to cry in front of everybody, so I shut my eyes tight till I got myself under control. And when I did, I opened them and I saw she was walking away. I ran in front of her and I said, Tina, pero somos mejores amigas, but we're best friends. And she looked me right in the eyes and she said, éramos, we were. I hated being around her because she looked right through me as though I wasn't there. But what was worst of all, nobody else would play with me. I'd go to a group of kids and they'd walk away. I'd go up to one kid and I'd say, do you want to play? And they'd get this really scared look on their face. And I knew who they were scared of. Tina. I'd be eating my lunch and I'd look over and they'd all be looking at me and pointing and laughing. And I'd go home and cry. And my mama would say, Mijita, ¿por qué estás llorando? Mom, I'm crying because nobody's playing with me. Ay, mija, todo pasará. Everything will pass. ¿De veras? Really? One day, I was standing by the playground looking at everybody playing. And Teresa Garcia came up to me and said, Olga, ¿quieres jugar? Huh? Olga, do you want to play? Huh? Olga, do you want to play? Oh, yes, I want to play with you. Muchas gracias. Yes, and so we played at recess, and by lunchtime, nobody was talking to her either. Every day we would meet in front of the school and go in and play at recess and lunch, and she was chistosa, funny. And then I asked her, Teresa, ¿por qué jugaste conmigo? Why did you play with me? And she said, ay, no podía aguantar. I couldn't stand it. Te mirabas tan triste. You look so sad. I said, gracias. And one by one, the kids started coming and playing with us. One day, there was a knock on the door, my house. I opened it, and there was Tina. And she said, "Hey, Olga, do you want to play?" As though I had not gone a whole month without anybody speaking to me. What I wanted to say to her was, "I don't want to play with you. You're mean." But I didn't. I was afraid of her. So I said, I can't play right now. I've got homework. I didn't play much with her after that. I was afraid. Afraid of her. I didn't trust her. But I continued to play with Teresa and the other kids. And then Teresa moved. But I never forgot her. Whenever somebody's being mean to a person, I always take that person's side. Because I figure if Teresa could be brave enough and kind enough to be kind to me, I can do it for somebody else. So I want you to think right now about a time when you were mean to somebody or somebody was mean to you. If we were together, I would ask you to put your hand up. A time when somebody was mean to you, and a time when you were mean to someone. A time when somebody was kind to you. A time when you were kind to somebody. Because these stories are really, really important to tell. We need to tell them, and we need to hear them. And sometimes they're the hardest stories, and sometimes we don't think about them. You know, I didn't think about that story one tiny bit for years and years and years. I just stuffed it. It was painful. And then, I guess about 10 years ago, I was living in an apartment complex, and I was really good friends with another woman there. She had a son, and I had a daughter, and we did a lot of things together. And then she wasn't answering my phone calls, and she wasn't there when I went over to see her. And suddenly, all that experience with Tina hit me. It all came back. I went over to her and I said, "What's wrong? Why are you mad at me?" She said, "I'm not mad at you." And that's exactly what Tina said. When I asked her, "Why are you mad at me?" "I'm not mad at you." I felt like I was right back again. And that's what made me remember that story and remember and write it. And even to the thing that my friend and the apartment friend came one day after we had not been doing anything together. And I opened the door and she said, "Hi, you want to go walking?" We used to walk every day. And I said, "Are you going to tell me what's wrong?" She says, "Nothing wrong." I said, "No, I don't want to play with you anymore. I don't want to walk with you anymore." And so we weren't friends. So if people are being mean to you, you don't have to be with them. We have to remember that we have choices. And I chose not to be hurt by her anymore, as I chose not to be hurt by Tina. So we have to remember to be kind to each other. It's so important. So right now we're going to play a game with emotions. Do I have it right? Yeah. There's emotions here. Sad, happy, scared, angry. What's the other one? Surprise, love, disgust. So I'm gonna ask you to take a word like no. Say it sadly. No. Happy. No. Scared. No. Angry. No. Surprise. No. Love. Oh no. And disgust. No. Look what happened to my face and my body. Each time you said it, a different thing happened. Now let's do another word. How about yes? Sad. Yes. Happy. Yeah. Scared. Yes. Angry. Yes. Surprise. Yes. Love. Oh, yes. Disgust. Yes. What's happening with my body with the different things like angry, I come forward, my voice gets louder. Surprise, arms go up. And love, things go soft. So when you pay attention, if you have these emotions in your story, to use those emotions and show them. You can show them with your body. So we're gonna do one more word. See, what short word should we use? We use no. We use yes. Maybe. Sad. Maybe. See what's happening with my voice and my face? Happy. Maybe. Ooh. Maybe. Scared. Maybe. Maybe. Angry. Maybe. Surprise. Maybe. Surprise. His arms go up. Happy. Love. Maybe. Disgust. Maybe. So now I'm going to do a thing where I'm not going to use a word. I'm just going to do an emotion and see if you can guess what emotion it is. Scared. Can you do that emotion for me now? Everybody, scared. See what happens? The body scrunches up. Your face scrunches, everything scrunches up. Sad. Oh, no, I'm not going to tell you. Sorry. I'm not going to tell you. What emotion is that? Right. Body going up. Surprise. How about this one? Sad. Shoulders go down, head goes down. Sad. How about angry? My whole face is scrunched up. My shoulders are scrunched up. My hands are scrunched up. Everything's scrunched up. Mad. How about love? Oh, I'm not gonna tell you it. I keep wanting to tell you. Okay, erase that. Now I'm gonna do it. So what is that? It's love. How about this one? What's that? Disgust. So you can play a game. One person gets up and does an emotion with their body. Don't say the word like me that I kept forgetting. And see if other people can guess what it is. It's a good exercise to think about emotions and what they what makes your body do, what your voice does. Because like scared is soft. Angry is usually loud. So, excuse me. So we're going to stop now.